Iraq economic news and points to ponder Saturday afternoon, the 5th of April 25. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. 95 trillion dinars are held outside the banking system. What is their impact on the economy? Bank's Economy News, Baghdad Prime Minister's advisor, Mazhar Mohammed Saleh, confirmed on Saturday that the widespread use of digital payment systems allows citizens to borrow at lower costs. Noting that 95% of the country's 109 trillion dinars are held outside the banking system. The positive steps towards activating e-commerce are aligned with the government's and the central bank's efforts to integrate hoarded funds, cash leakage, into the banking system, which will contribute to strengthening the national economy and achieving financial stability, said Mazhar Mohammed Saleh, an advisor to the Prime Minister. He pointed out that the Monetary Authority had previously prepared regulations and registration procedures to obtain a license to practice this trade in a coordinated manner that contributes to regulating the market and enhancing consumer confidence. He added, the government and central bank's steps to enhance confidence and activate e-commerce are in line with the launch of digital transformation projects. This has been the case since the central bank announced the launch of strategic projects to support digital transformation, including the Instant Payments Project, local cards, and unified payment gateways, all of which aim to enhance financial inclusion and facilitate digital banking operations. He pointed out that all measures to address information technology and integrate it into digital payment systems are in line with the country's digital renaissance, the community's financial culture, and the development of monetary behavior in relation to inherited customs, traditions, and cultures. Hoarding money at home instead of depositing it in banks remains a prominent economic challenge in Iraq. He explained, estimates indicate that approximately 87% of the money supply, or approximately 95 trillion dinars out of a total of 109 trillion dinars, is held outside the banking system, preventing a significant portion of the nation's wealth from effectively participating in the economy. He explained that, the more digital payment systems are used, including e-commerce, the more efficient banking activity becomes and the fewer leakages outside banks. This gives official and licensed banking units the greatest opportunity to extend more credit or lend to citizens at a lower cost and with greater efficiency, thanks to the often lower interest rate. He noted that, the parallel market for usurers, which deals with funds circulating or hoarded outside the banking system, is a very dangerous, illegal, and costly market for citizens and the national economy in terms of engaging in credit operations or lending at very high usurious interest rates, or what is known as the usurer's market, due to the ambiguity of its operations. In addition, some of its activities conflict with the anti-money laundering law due to the lack of transparency in financing and the absence of governance elements, accompanied by trading and recovery risks. Al-Sudani directs 4 measures to address the impact of the U.S. tariff increase. Money and Business Economy News, Baghdad Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani chaired a meeting on Saturday to discuss the economic and commercial implications of the U.S. government's decision to increase customs tariffs. He directed 4 measures to be taken in accordance with the best interests of the Iraqi economy. The Prime Minister's media office said in a statement seen by Al-Iqtisad News that Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani chaired a meeting dedicated to examining the economic and commercial impacts of the U.S. government's decision to increase customs duties on their imports of goods from countries around the world, and the repercussions of this step on the global economy as a whole, on crude oil prices, and the extent to which the Iraqi economy will be affected in this regard. He added, the meeting reviewed digital data issued by the Ministry of Trade, which reveals that the percentage of U.S. tariff increases on Iraqi goods was based on the difference in the trade balance between the two countries, and not because of customs duties imposed by Iraq on U.S. goods. He continued, it has become clear, through Ministry of Commerce data, that the majority of Iraq's imports of American goods are made through markets in other countries, as a result of certain policies pursued by American companies in their commercial dealings with Iraq. The statement added, in light of these facts, and in order to ensure the best path for developing the Iraqi economy, Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani directed that the necessary measures be taken, in accordance with what the higher interests of the Iraqi economy dictate, as follows. One working to develop mutual trade relations by opening outlets for American distributors and commercial agencies. Activating Iraqi commercial agencies and direct trade dealings between sectors corresponding to the United States of America. 2. Working to develop banking services between the banking and financial sectors in Iraq and the United States of America, in a manner that ensures the achievement of mutual economic interests. 3. Directing the negotiating team with the American side to review the foundations of the trade relationship with the United States, with the aim of improving it, and ensuring the building of balanced economic and trade relations that guarantee mutual interests between the two parties and develop a positive partnership. 4. The Ministries of Foreign Affairs, Finance, and Trade, along with relevant stakeholders, shall undertake to open a dialogue with the corresponding American sectoral side, ensuring the strengthening of trade relations, monitoring financial markets and economic expertise, and submitting weekly reports to his office. U.S. confirms that energy imports are not subject to tariffs, and Iraq considers the decision limited. April 5, 2025. Baghdad, Qusay Munthar, the Prime Minister's advisor for foreign relations, Farhat al-Aldan, ruled out the inclusion of Iraqi energy exports, including crude oil, in the tariffs imposed by U.S. President Donald Trump, after the White House confirmed that energy imports would be exempt from the decision. Alaa al-Din said in a statement yesterday, in light of the recent announcement by U.S. President Donald Trump regarding the imposition of reciprocal customs duties on a number of countries around the world, we would like to clarify that Iraqi energy exports, including crude oil, are not included in these duties. He stressed that Iraq currently exports between 7 and 8 million barrels of crude oil and its derivatives per month to the United States. These exports constitute the mainstay of Iraqi exports and have not been affected by the recent customs measures. He continued, saying, the rest of Iraq's exports are limited in size and scope, which means that the economic impact of these duties on Iraq will be very limited. He pointed out that the strategic partnership between Iraq and the United States remains solid and strong, and that these measures will not affect the essence of the economic or diplomatic relationship between the two countries. He went on to say that the two countries continue to work to deepen their cooperation in various sectors, particularly in the areas of energy, investment, and enhancing regional stability. The White House announced that imports of oil, gas, and refined products will be exempt from the new comprehensive customs duties imposed by Trump. A White House official explained yesterday that these measures do not apply to energy imports from Canada or Mexico, which already enjoy exemptions under the United States-Mexico-Canada Free Trade Agreement, nor do they include energy imports from any other country. Convenient exception. This exemption comes as welcome news to the U.S. oil industry, which had expressed concerns that the new tariffs would disrupt supply flows and increase costs, both for Canadian crude oil that feeds Midwestern refineries and European gasoline and diesel shipments bound for the East Coast. Trump had announced a 10% tariff on all imports to the United States, along with higher tariffs on dozens of major trading partners, deepening the trade war he started after returning to the White House. Oil Minister Hayyan Abdul Ghani also confirmed that the Mahmoudiya-Bismaya gas pipeline project will meet citizens' electricity needs. A statement received by Al Zaman yesterday said that Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani and his Deputy for Energy Affairs, Minister of Oil Hayyan Abdul Ghani, visited the project to extend the gas pipeline from Mahmoudiya district to Bismaya power station, to view the project's completion stages. The statement added that al-Sudani was briefed on the ongoing work on the project to extend the gas pipeline from Mahmoudiya district to Bismaya power station, with a diameter of 42 knots and a capacity of 800 million standard cubic feet per day. Abdul Ghani confirmed that the project enjoys the government's support through its field follow-up of the project, which aims to transport dry gas in Mahmoudiya to Bismaya power station, with a length of 43 kilometers and a diameter of 42 knots, and will contribute to meeting citizens' needs for electricity and ensuring its stability in the country. Oil projects. Appreciating the efforts of the oil projects company staff who continue to work day and night to complete the project within a maximum period of 120 days according to the project plan. For his part, the general manager of the oil projects company, Ali Ward Hamoud, said that his company has started implementing the crossings. of the 42-knot dry gas pipeline feeding the Bismaya power station, and it is scheduled to be completed within the project's timeframe. Al-Sudani directed the removal of all conflicts of the gas pipeline from Mahmoudiya to Bismaya, stressing the importance of completing the bridge linking the two-story and suspended bridges according to the specified timeframe. During the visit, Al-Sudani appreciated the efforts of the workers, stressing the provision of all administrative and legal requirements to remove obstacles facing the vital project to secure fuel for power stations, praising the commitment of the workers, despite the Eid holiday. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: dinarrecaps.com